You've been misled about dopamine. It's not just about pleasure. Imagine being able to rewire your brain so that it craves hard work, not just those quick hits of satisfaction. Sounds impossible. Stick with me and I'll show you exactly how to make it happen. Dopamine. It's become one of those buzzwords everyone talks about, especially when it comes to motivation, addiction, and your daily habits. But most people only understand the surface level. They think dopamine is just about feeling good. Today, we're going to dive deeper. We're going to talk about how to reprogram your dopamine system so that your brain starts to crave the grind, the challenge, the effort, not just the end result. If you've ever found yourself stuck in a cycle of procrastination, unable to stay motivated, this video is going to change the way you think about work and pleasure. Let's talk about the real issue. We live in a world that's designed to hijack your dopamine system. Every day, you're bombarded with opportunities for instant gratification, social media, fast food, binge-watching TV shows. All of these are engineered to give you those quick hits of dopamine. But here's the catch: the more you indulge in these easy pleasures, the less satisfying they become. And worse, the harder it gets to focus on tasks that actually require effort. Think back to the last time you needed to get something important done. Maybe it was a project for work, an essay for school, or even just sticking to a workout plan. How quickly did your mind start wandering? Did you find yourself reaching for your phone, checking notifications, or daydreaming about doing something easier? That's your dopamine system at work, trained to seek out the path of least resistance to avoid effort. So, here's the challenge. How do you break free from this cycle? How do you reprogram your brain to crave hard work, to find satisfaction not just in the final outcome but in the process itself? That's what we're going to uncover today. To reprogram your dopamine system, we first need to understand how it operates. Dopamine is often referred to as the feel-good neurotransmitter, but that's not entirely accurate. It's more about wanting than liking. Dopamine drives you to pursue things you believe will be rewarding, whether that's a slice of cake, a notification on your phone, or the satisfaction of completing a challenging task. Here's where it gets interesting. Dopamine isn't just released when you achieve something, it's released in anticipation of that achievement. This means your brain is constantly being trained by the things you pursue, the habits you form, and the effort you put into achieving them. So, how do you rewire this system? The key is to condition your brain to associate effort with reward so that over time you begin to crave the work itself. Here's how to do it. Step 1. Identify your current dopamine triggers. The first step in reprogramming your dopamine system is awareness. What currently triggers your dopamine release? Is it scrolling through social media, checking your phone, eating junk food, or binge-watching your favorite shows? These activities give you small, immediate bursts of satisfaction, but they also train your brain to seek out more of the same, often at the expense of long-term goals. Take some time to identify these habits. What are the activities that provide you with quick dopamine hits? Once you know what they are, you can start to take control over them. This doesn't mean you have to quit these activities entirely, but it's crucial to become conscious of when and why you're indulging in them. Step 2. Gradually replace quick hits with effort-based rewards. Next, you need to start replacing these quick dopamine hits with ones that are tied to effort. The key here is gradual change. You're not going to suddenly start loving hard work overnight, but you can condition your brain to associate effort with pleasure over time. Here's a practical example. Let's say you're someone who checks their phone constantly. Instead of trying to quit this habit cold turkey, set a small rule that you can only check your phone after completing a specific task. Start with something manageable, maybe 15 minutes of focused work. Over time, increase the amount of work you need to do before allowing yourself that reward. Another technique is to lean into activities you already enjoy that require effort. This could be anything from exercising to learning a new skill or even playing a challenging game. The idea is to create a positive association between effort and reward in your brain. When you start to see the value in the process, your brain begins to release dopamine in response to the effort, not just the end result. Step 3. Find your Goldilocks zone of challenge. One of the most effective ways to reprogram your dopamine system is to work within what's known as the Goldilocks zone of challenge. This is the sweet spot where a task is neither too easy nor too difficult. When you operate in this zone, your brain releases dopamine not just when you complete the task, but as you make progress. This keeps you engaged, motivated, and hungry for more. For instance, if you're learning a new skill, don't start with something too basic that you can do without much thought. On the flip side, don't jump into something so advanced that you feel overwhelmed. Instead, find that middle ground where you're challenged but not discouraged. This will keep the... Step 4. Reframe your mindset around effort. To effectively reprogram your dopamine system, you need to change how you think about effort itself. In our society, effort is often seen as something to be avoided or minimized. But if you can shift your mindset to see effort as valuable and rewarding, your brain will start to crave it. One technique to achieve this is to focus on the process rather than just the outcome. Instead of thinking, I have to finish this project, try reframing it too. I get to work on this project, celebrate small wins along the way, and acknowledge the effort you're putting in as something positive. You can also practice gratitude for the opportunity to work hard. This might sound unusual, but it's a mindset that can make a huge difference. When you're grateful for the chance to push yourself and grow, your brain will start to associate hard work with positive emotions, which, in turn, will release more dopamine. Step 5. Use visualization to boost motivation. Visualization is a powerful tool that can help reprogram your dopamine system. When you visualize yourself achieving a goal, your brain releases dopamine in anticipation of that achievement. This increases your motivation and makes it more likely that you'll put in the effort needed to reach your goals. Start by spending a few minutes each day visualizing the process of working hard, not just the end result. Imagine yourself feeling energized and motivated as you tackle challenging tasks. Picture the satisfaction you'll feel as you make progress. This primes your brain to crave the experience of hard work, not just the outcome. Step 6. Optimize your environment for focused work. Your environment plays a crucial role in how your dopamine system operates. If your surroundings are filled with distractions, it's going to be much harder to reprogram your brain to crave hard work. On the other hand, if you create an environment that supports focused effort, your brain will start to associate that space with productivity and reward. Start by decluttering your workspace and removing obvious distractions. This might mean putting your phone in another room, using noise-canceling headphones, or even rearranging your space to make it more conducive to concentration. You can also use environmental cues to trigger focused work. For example, have a specific playlist that you only listen to when you're working on challenging tasks. Over time, your brain will start to associate that music with the dopamine release that comes from focused effort. It's like a Pavlovian response, training your brain to expect hard work and reward when you enter that space or hear that music. Step 7. Be patient and persistent. Reprogramming your dopamine system isn't a quick fix. It's a gradual process that requires patience and persistence. You're essentially retraining your brain to find pleasure in places it didn't before, and that takes time. But the rewards are well worth the effort. It's important to be kind to yourself as you go through this process. It's normal to experience setbacks or to find yourself slipping back into old habits. The key is to stay committed and keep pushing forward. Every time you choose to engage in effort-based activities over instant gratification, you're strengthening new neural pathways in your brain. Over time, these pathways will become stronger and more automatic, making it easier for you to crave hard work and stay motivated. So, here we are at the crux of it all. Imagine a life where you look forward to challenges, where the idea of hard work doesn't fill you with dread but with a sense of excitement. This isn't a fantasy, it's something you can achieve by reprogramming your dopamine system. The key moment is this: recognize that you have the power to change how your brain operates. You're not a victim of your current habits or the quick dopamine hits that keep you stuck. You can take control, reshape your dopamine responses, and build a life where hard work and effort are not just tolerated but genuinely craved. It's a game changer. To summarize, we've explored how dopamine drives your behavior and how the modern world conditions you to seek instant gratification. We've discussed practical steps to reprogram your dopamine system by recognizing your current triggers, gradually replacing quick hits with effort-based rewards, working in the Goldilocks zone of challenge, reframing your mindset around effort, using visualization, optimizing your environment, and staying patient and persistent in this journey. By following these steps, you can retrain your brain to find satisfaction in hard work. This makes it easier to stay motivated, focused, and resilient in the face of challenges. This isn't just about achieving your goals, it's about transforming your entire relationship with effort and work. If you're ready to take control and rewire your brain, hit subscribe. Let's make it happen together.